What's going on, everybody? My name's Justice. I'm with my guy.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's poppin'. It's Tyaire. How y'all doing?
And you're watching the Silky Boys podcast. I right now. What's Tyaire feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good right now, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. I mean, it's definitely summer now. It's hot as hell right now. It's like 90 degrees outside. So definitely feeling it.
You telling me, bro? Steinway and Queens last night looked like Miami Beach, bro. So
No, but I like it. People are starting to pop out shorts, sundresses. It's getting a nice little calm summer vibe. I like it.
yeah, I just hope we could continue this, bro, because everywhere else in the country looking is dead right now.
Let's hope this continues for the good part. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into a little NBA action. So on the Lakers side, we have a big injury. Rondo gets hurt in training camp before the season even resumes, before not even one game is played. So he's going to be out, I believe they said 6 to 8 weeks for someone with either a shoulder or his hand, something like that. This is kind of a big blow for the Lakers just because he was that guy that was in control when LeBron was off the floor. He was the guy. He was your veteran point guard that made sure everyone was in their place. And Rondo, he does have this thing about him where, hey, he turns it on differently in the playoffs.
Sure.
Like, he does what he needs to do for his team in order to win. If he needs to score 25, he'll go out and score 25. We saw when he was with New Orleans for that 1 year against the Blazers in that series, where he averaged double digit. I think 12 assists during that series. Like, that's a legit piece to have on your roster, and to lose him right before the season resumes is kind of big, and it leaves a question of, okay, who are you gonna fill in that place? Is now you put JR into that mix? Do you put Dion Waiters into that mix? Do you roll out with Caruso, see what he can do with a bigger spotlight on him now? Raises a lot of different questions. What do you think about everything?
I think this is a major loss for the Lakers because, like you said, Rondo was that dude for them. Like when LeBron's off, like who could handle the rock, who could kick it down to AD in the paint for that second unit that's out there without LeBron, who can do the pick and rolls with Dwight or JaVale when LeBron's not on the floor. So like you said, they definitely lose that second facilitator. And I think we got to piggyback a little bit further back. We have to remember they already lost Avery Bradley. So Avery Bradley and Rondo is taking up about already like 40 minutes of their rotation. So right now, they're missing 40 minutes of that rotation that they are used to throughout the whole season. And when we talk about players like Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith, these are two players who hasn't played a game with the Lakers this year. So we're asking them to what's already a season that nobody experienced before. You're asking these two guys who's been out the league for Dion,
A couple of months now.
not even like Dion and JR, they've been out the league for years, like a year and a half. So you're asking these two dudes who haven't played in over a year and a half to jump right into it and playoff action and contribute. So it's definitely going to be a learning curve. It's going to be hard for them, but if any team is equipped to do it, it's the team that LeBron James is leading. So like you have the greatest leader in the league on your team, so they're going to be fine. But it's definitely going to be interesting when they get to like that series against the Clippers where LeBron's gonna need to rest. Like LeBron can't have the ball in his hands every possession down. So like you said, we're gonna need the guys like Caruso to step up because I think Caruso and LeBron have like the best like plus minus rating when they're on the court together. So that's a good duo right there. So I feel like Caruso's gonna step up. I feel like JR is gonna surprise a lot of us. I have a lot of confidence coming with JR coming into this team because I feel like LeBron doesn't give anybody second chances. So I feel like JR notice this is his chance to make everything right that happened 2 years ago, and I feel like he's gonna step up. So I'm not that worried, but it was definitely a big loss for them because, like you said, Rondo is one of the only players who numbers actually improve during the playoffs. Like there's actually clear cut stats that show you when the playoffs come, he's that dude when the lights turn
Mm-hmm. He goes back to that all-star level caliber point guard we saw when he was with Boston.
on. Exactly.
Simple and plain. And the big question mark, obviously, you mentioned it, you brought it up. There's 40 minutes that are essentially available. My question is now, I'm wondering, how many of that goes to Dion? Are you giving him 10, or are you rolling out there for like a quarter, for like half a quarter, see what he's gonna do? You know, that's the only question mark. I really say, just because I've seen back when he was playing early this year with Miami. You know, he got in trouble early on in the season, suspended. But when he was playing, he was an asset. He was making shots. He was creating for himself, or at least giving himself the opportunity to score. You know, obviously with everybody going down, you just worry about the defense. Can JR and Dion make up half of what Avery Bradley brought to the table? You know, that's the other big question, I think, for that too, for that team. But like I said, LeBron James is LeBron James. You know, he's gonna find a way to get it done. But that Clippers series, that's going to be the one to really test them.
Exactly. But there is a take swirling around. I want to get your thoughts on it. That it says if the Blazers somehow sneak into that 8th spot, that's going to cause trouble for the Lakers. That it could be a potential early round exit that we might have not thought of. I'm not saying it, but do you get that take where you're saying, yo, if the Blazers are able to get into that 8th spot, they can cause some trouble for the Lakers?
I think the Blazers make it to the 8th spot, or at least in that 8th last spot, wherever it is, with the 16 rankings. I think it's not out of the question to give the Blazers one game if that's the case, just because Dame is an all NBA point guard for a reason. CJ can give you 28, 25 a night, you know. But do I really, again, it's LeBron James. LeBron's on a mission this year. I don't see him. Just even the thought of first round exit to the Blazers, he's gonna look at that as just simple disrespect. You know, he's too great to allow that to happen. And at this point of his career and what this championship would mean for him and how badly he wants it, it's not happening. I'll give the Blazers again one game, but that's it.
I agree. I don't see it happening, but if it was to happen, I wouldn't be too surprised. Like, it's LeBron. I know LeBron. I'm not worried about LeBron. It's the other dudes on the team that I'm worried about who are in LA. They've been chilling for the past 4 to 5 months in LA, chilling, not doing anything, whose mindset might not be the same as LeBron. But like we said, LeBron's a leader. So even if your mindset is not like that, he's going to get you in tune come playoff time. So these little 8 games they about to have, he's going to get them right in shape before that playoff run.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be the warm up, and then once those 8 games clear out, all right, it's go time. Like, no more playing around. This is serious now, and everyone knows that.
So speaking of, since we saying once everything goes on, do you think LeBron's snitching on somebody if you see them outside the bubble? Do you think is he using the snitch hotline if he sees somebody?
LeBron James is not using the snitch hotline.
Name the play that you think is using the snitch hotline, bro. Who you think is honestly going to call that hotline?
Chris Paul.
Like,
I got Chris Paul. We all know who it. We all know who it is.
For real, bro.
If not Chris Paul, I would have said Rondo, to be honest with you, because I could see Rondo be on some petty stuff with that, but not Chris Paul.
It's a fun question off of this whole bubble thing. I've been thinking about this since it started, bro. Who do you think are the 3 players? Like, I'm gonna say 3 that you feel like no matter what, the bubble doesn't apply to them. It doesn't. I already know who my one.
What do you mean? What do you mean in terms of it doesn't apply to them?
Like, they can leave, come back. They can bring whoever they want in this.
LeBron off the rip. I feel like Giannis.
You 1, 2. I think you about to have my 3. I think we know who the third dude is. It's not nobody on the clip. It's the third one is.
I don't know. Besides those 2 guys, I'm trying to think. I feel like Kawhi low key.
Nah, bro.
On the low.
Nah,
I feel like on the low.
I'm giving you LeBron, Giannis, and Zion. Adam Silver is letting Zion do whatever the fuck he wants in that bubble. You already see Zion left the bubble already. Zion's like, yo, it's family issues, bro. Just tell him it's family issues. I got to dip. Zion is like,
LeBron. You're right. Yeah.
LeBron, Giannis, and Zion have the ultimate green light in that bubble. Whatever rules apply to every other players don't apply to those three dudes right there, bro. Adam, like, y'all two, Giannis and LeBron, y'all my now, Zion, you my future. So whatever y'all want, y'all got. So I just feel like whatever they say goes in that bubble, bro. I know LeBron not in them hotel rooms like all them other dudes. I know LeBron got the whole top floor or wherever.
He got the whole floor to himself.
Like, honestly, what do you think Mike would be doing in the bubble? You think Mike would be living in a regular room like everybody else in the bubble?
Mike would. Bro, Mike is finding a casino, or he's finding some player to gamble with, bro. He's finding, bro. He might book a private flight to New York, bro. Just for that.
Mike was not going to be in the bubble, period. Mike was like, I pull up on game day, and then y'all see me after that, bro.
Like Mike was gonna do whatever, bro.
I'm telling you, come like 3 weeks into the bubble, LeBron's not gonna be in the bubble no more, bro. LeBron gonna be somewhere in his Florida mansion chilling, bro. Like, fuck that. Like, honestly.
For real. Oh man, that was funny. But the bubble, with everything that's going on with the bubble, like snitching on each other, like the Postmates and everything that's going on, bro. Like that's really funny. It's just like, yo, these NBA players are literally just stuck in this little separate from everything else. It's like, yo, they can't do shit. They can't do shit.
Honestly. But they can do so much, but when it felt like you can't, like, just the fact that you can't go anywhere, it makes you feel like you can't do nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the amenities in the world here, but y'all saying I can't leave, it's just, it doesn't sit right with them. Especially them being multimillionaires, they do what they want whenever.
Yeah. They have access to so many things in their regular lives when everything is normal and shit. And now, yeah, you can't get like probably even half the things that you wanted, you know.
I'm telling you, this little experience probably was an ego check for a lot of those players. They probably came in thinking they were those dudes, and then they saw that LeBron treatment. It was like, nah, okay, I'll go back to my I'll go to Sweet B. I'll be back.
Yo, speaking of that, I feel like Kuz, bro. I feel like Kuz was one of the ones that got checked OD.
Yeah.
I feel like Kuz. I feel like Kelly Oubre too. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro. Kuz definitely trying to get a little Kardashian in there or something, sneak a Kardashian up there or something. LeBron's like, nah, bro.
It's not flying. But in other NBA news, I had a little tangent or whatever about this year's championship. I want to get like your take on it. So I personally think that this year's championship in 2020 is probably the most interesting and arguably one of the most important championships we've seen in the past couple of years. Simply for the fact that obviously everything was going on with Corona and everything, but also for the fact that I feel like whoever wins this year's championship is going to set the tone for the decade for like the next 5 years. And whoever wins the championship, championships affect legacy. That's obviously the biggest part of an NBA basketball player's career. And I'm just thinking to myself, this year, I feel like there's 3 teams that have the most at stake with potentially not winning a championship. And I feel like they're the Bucks, the Rockets, and also the Clippers. Of those 3 teams, who do you feel like is most ready to win a championship with that?
Most ready? Most ready, I'm just going to go with the Bucks just because they have the easiest path to get there. So them, as far as being most ready, yeah. But at the same time, the Clippers have a 2-time Finals MVP on their team. So, like, that's as ready as you get for the finals. So it's really a toss-up between those 2 teams. As far as the Rockets, I don't have faith with them. I see them maybe winning one round if they match up with the right team. But other than that, I really don't see them doing much.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm at too. Just because, like you said with the Rockets, I feel like so long as James Harden's on that team and that's your best player, you're not winning a championship. Yeah. Like that's just the truth of it. He's a Tracy McGrady. He's a guy that is a prolific scorer, high level scorer that's gonna get you 30 a night, and he's gonna be all-star. He's gonna make all NBA teams. But when it comes down to it, he's not going to be enough to lead you to a championship. He's not going to be the one guy that's going to leave his imprint on the game. And we've seen his slip ups in the playoffs before in prior years. I don't think any of that is changing anytime soon. To me, I feel like the Rockets, their window was last year with Chris, but it all closed when Chris Paul went down with that injury. After that, I don't see them winning. And then with the Clippers, I feel like it's all on Kawhi at this point, just because the Raptors won the championship. They're the defending NBA champions, but Kawhi was that dude that won it for them. So I think not a lot, but I think a decent amount of pressure is right on his shoulders, just because, hey, you've been here before with two other franchises. You won 2 Finals MVPs. And what does a third championship and a third Finals MVP look like for Kawhi Leonard? And I think there's a question of, where do we put him historically? Where do we put him in NBA history? And also for this decade too. Because I feel like after Curry, LeBron, and KD, he's probably the most, not, I don't want to say influential player, but he's left his mark on this path if he does win another one. And then when you have Giannis, look at, okay, he just won an MVP last year. Last year was his quote-unquote his real breakout year as a legit superstar in the league. Okay, this guy can be the league, face of the league for the next 10 years. Either him, Zion, Luka's in that conversation, Jason Tatum's in that conversation. But right now he's the guy, and it'll be interesting to see if he can win under his first championship. See if he can win in the same year that he can win back-to-back MVPs. To see how we look at him in NBA history as well too. I don't know, just random thoughts I've been having in the past couple of weeks that I just want to get out there. It's the entire playoffs, and I can't wait for everything just to get started at the end of the month.
Exactly. It's about like a week and a half away. Like our next episode, we gonna do our little preview of what we think is about to happen. So yeah, it came quicker than we thought, man. I'm excited. I just hope everything goes as planned, bro. I hope it doesn't get shut down, bro. Hope everybody following the rules and we could get some basketball.
And to the players that do have COVID, hope y'all get well, get healthy. Hey, we want to see you on the basketball court. Obviously we don't want anything to happen to you too either. Get well. A few other players actually probably in the double digits now that have been tested positive for corona. So, get healthy, guys. But anyway, swing from that, let's go into the culture. So we have 2 things we can talk about right now. We can talk about the little Nick Cannon situation right now, which both of us are we don't know that much about it, but we know enough. Or we can lead into the Tory and Meg situation. Which one do you want to tackle first, bro?
Let's just tackle the Nick situation real quick, because it's really just questions that I have. And if anybody in the Jewish community wants to speak out and come to me and just talk, I just need to know. Like, if y'all say y'all were offended by what Nick Cannon says, hey, if you offended, I won't say anything. I just need to know, how do y'all get the respect that y'all get? Like, how do we get this for Black people? Because as soon as Nick Cannon said that, he lost every job he had. But when people get on television networks like Fox News or anywhere and says crazy racist stuff about Black people, it's not protected the same. I'm just like, okay, y'all are a group that we're oppressed against. I know that. I understand what the Holocaust is. And a lot of the problems that came around about what Nick said was that I saw from the Jewish community is it's this stereotype that he said Jewish people run banks, and basically that stereotype is what got them killed in the Holocaust. So like that's why you can't say that. That's anti-Semitic. My thing is, I wish just saying that Black people gets money is offensive to us. For Black people to get offended, for you to offend Black people, you gotta curse dogs. You a monkey. You are a tar baby. These are all things people say on live television and don't get prosecuted like Nick Cannon got. So I just feel like it's unwarranted. I feel like the Jewish community is heavily protected as they should be, but you then can't attack somebody from another minority group because they're not knowledgeable. Like, that's my thing. I feel like a lot of times, just like the same thing with the Deshaun Jackson situation, he got killed and called a racist. Like, bro, I know Deshaun Jackson does not hate Jewish people, but I feel like as soon as you speak out about that, it's a problem. I feel like it's a deeper, darker link there that I just need to figure out one day, bro. How do you feel about it, bro?
With me, like, well, for me, it's like I saw like Nick Cannon's name swirling around, trending, whatever. I didn't see exactly what he said or within the context he was saying it. All I saw was he said, again, these anti-Semitic comments, and then obviously got wound out and everything else taken away from him. But so with that being said, I think for me, it's just a matter of just being open in terms of communication and also open in terms of education as well. If Nick Cannon had those anti-Semitic calls, or like the thing around it was skewed in a way, allow him to not necessarily take those things back, but to understand why he was wrong and in order to correct those type of things. That's ultimately where I stand on. And for him to get everything taken away was like more crossing the line. Because like you said, so many people, so many other journalists and anchors have said so many much worse things and racist things over the years, but yet they're allowed to keep their jobs. And it's like, why are you taking away, like, probably like the most relevant thing on MTV right now with Wild Now, like Nick Cannon. That show is Nick Cannon. That show that isn't there without him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't need to take that away from him, especially again when you have people that have said a lot worse things in other positions that are still have their jobs.
It's just like, I don't get how, like, if somebody were to go on television or wore a swastika flag, which is wrong, that probably wouldn't even air. It would be off in seconds. But if somebody wore a shirt with the Confederate flag on it, people would be like, no, but we love this flag. Like, I just want the same respect to be shown to oppressed groups, and I just don't feel like it's shown. And I feel like when a certain person from the oppressed group that just speaks up and say like, hey, why does that group get so much respect than we do? They're called anti-Semitic and racist. No, it's asking a question like, yo, why do you can't say shit about them. You can't do anything to them. But us, y'all could just kick us, dog us around. And it's just not the same. It's like we went through shit just like them. Like, we were slaves for 400 years. They had the Holocaust. Like, we went through shit just like them. Like, it shouldn't be a difference. So if y'all saying y'all want to keep it thorough and y'all want to respect all races, then why did it take for Nike and FedEx to pull out for the Redskins to change their name? Like, if it's going to be the same for every oppressed group, then make it the same. If it's not, then don't cancel shows and do all this for one group if you're not going to do it for the same. My main thing is just keep that same energy for everybody that's being oppressed against, not just for one group, for everybody.
No, you're absolutely right about that. Keep it consistent at the end of the day. Beside, like, regardless of race, religion, creed, whatever it is, we're all still human at the end of the day, and we should all be treated with at least a baseline, a certain level of respect to each other. Especially if I know you, like, that we both gone through a similar situation.
Exactly.
So I want to get this past weekend, right?
Yeah, like Monday, I think.
So this past weekend, Tory Lanez was with Meg The Stallion and Kylie, or another friend, whatever it is, Kylie Jenner. Anyway, leaving the party, shots were fired. Tory was arrested, not for firing shots, but because he had a firearm on him, and the whole legal system as far as conceal and carry, very difficult. Shots were fired. Meg had to go to the hospital. She actually was shot. That she revealed, and now it seems that we don't have everything in front of us, all the evidence made for whatever reason. And I don't know what happened, but I don't know. It's really weird and really like just eerie and dark. You had something to say about this? I know that.
Yeah, bro. First of all, if this is true, I hate that we have to say if this is true. Like if a girl say some shit happened to her, we should believe it. But if this is true, I think this highlights a bigger issue that we have in our culture, and it's the fact that we have to protect our black women better. First of all, if this is true, I'm disgusted in Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez should never release music again. He should never be able to work in the music industry again if this is true. Because the act of somebody, shooting at somebody is heinous enough, let alone a woman, let alone a woman that's trying to get away from you. First of all, if a woman is not comfortable around you or is saying no to you, that should be it. Regardless of who you are, how much money you got, what your status is, I don't care, bro. If a woman says no, that should be the end of discussion. There should be no but. It's no. And the fact that you had the audacity to shoot at a female, oh no, you're done, bro. Like that's one thing I don't respect. I don't tolerate women disrespect to women in any form or fashion, bro. And this right here just showed me, yo, as a black community, this goes on too much. Like, and I think it's a problem because guys like us, friends of dudes like this, don't stand up and be like, yo, that's not cool, bro. That's what are you doing, bro? Like you'll see a dude get rejected and be like, oh, fuck you, bitch, yada yada yada, all this other shit. Like, I remember last month it was a girl in the New York project. She a dude asked her out or for a number or something. She said no. He fucking slapped her in the face with a skateboard. Like, no, bro. Like, women don't owe you a yes. Women don't owe you anything, bro. So my thing is, you shouldn't men out there make women comfortable regardless if she is smashing you or not. Make sure the woman is comfortable around you regardless if you're trying to have sex or not. Like a lot of things people say, oh, I would never do this to a girl because I have a sister or a daughter or a mom. You shouldn't do it, period. Because so like for Tori to feel rejected or feel a little weak because Meg didn't want to talk to you or whatever, that's wild, bro.
Mhm. And also, just from Tori's standpoint, is like you're at a point of your music career where it's like you're at your peak right now. So it's like, why would you do anything to potentially put that in jeopardy now? It's just like you have to be smarter in these situations and also realize like where you're at and like just understand like your perspective of what you could potentially be jeopardizing for not only yourself but also for other people around you too. The people that you want to care to, the people that you want to take care of, you're now putting them in jeopardy because of the actions that you have now committed. Like just be smarter. And like this isn't the first time like Tory's been around firearms. Like just last year, he got arrested in New York for carrying. Like it doesn't surprise me the fact that he has it, but it's just surprising the fact that like he should have known. Just matter of fact, like just know, like understand where you are, like in your career. That's another point. Like I was thinking about, like it's just stupid, bro. And again, obviously on top of what everything you just said about respecting women, everything else is like, bro, like you don't gotta do all that. Just
Like the fact like people is joking around, like, nah, it's not cool. Like I seen 50 posts like the picture with Meg's face as Rick. Like that's not cool. Like this is a real traumatizing experience for her. Like real, whatever. She could have died that night. Like we joking around. Like it could have been a whole different story. It could have been rapper Meg The Stallion shot and killed by R&B artist Tory Lanez. It could have been a whole different story. So like for everybody joking around on the internet, that just points to proof that we don't value our black women enough. Like we think, oh, they're strong and oh, because Meg is big and So she still feels feelings like she got shot. That's a traumatizing experience. You go to war and get shot, you have PTSD. That's a real thing you got. She has that now. She can hear a loud bang wherever she's at and won't be okay. She can look at her foot and won't be okay. Like she's damaged. And for people like 50 Cent or whoever on the internet to joke, like she came out a couple days ago and said, "No, I'm really hurt. Like I tried to let it go, let it. No, I'm really hurt right now." Like after that, there should be no other joking. It should be no allegedly. If she's saying this is what happened to her, and her friends are her eyewitness accounts are saying this is what happened to her, we should believe her. It shouldn't have to take 10 different hurdles for us to believe us. It shouldn't have to be 7 different headlines for us to believe us. Because I bet you if it was if Kylie got hit, it would be a different story. Nobody would be joking. If Kylie got hit, nobody would be laughing about Tory. Nobody would be like, oh, but Tory's a good guy. He really shouldn't know. But since it's a black girl, how America views black women is, oh, they can fend for themselves. We don't have to stand up for them. Oh, they're angry. We don't. She probably deserved it. She probably was being rude to him. Nah, bro. Keep that. Keep honor our queens. You can't be a king and do this to queens. You can't have bad bitch taste, but you don't have the ego to handle a bad bitch. Like simple as that. Like some dudes don't handle rejection. Tory probably thought, yo, I'm the king, nigga. I'm Tory Lanez. Quarantine radio was the hottest shit for 2 months. I had every girl on Instagram shaking their ass on my shit. I can fuck Meg The Stallion. She not gonna tell me no. I'm Tory Lanez. No, nigga, she told you no, and that's the end of that. Like your status don't make nobody need to fuck you. Like no, simple as that. So I'm not giving Tory no passes, no nothing. In no situation ever should you be pointing a gun at a female, let alone pulling the trigger on that gun. So I'm praying for Meg. I'm praying she gets hope that she needs. I pray she recover all right. I'm praying for her fans that's watching over her because as for all the jokes that want to be said, this could have been a real dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm. And let's just be thankful for the fact that you didn't turn into that ugly situation. Let's be fortunate for that. And for Tory, like, again, this is true. Like, you as a man, you have to do better. And as a man, like, other men will lose respect for you off the rip. Even with this, even just in the headline, this alleged people have already lost respect for you. But at the same time, you know, again, just just take a step back and realize again where you are in this position right now. Take a step back and really think about where you are right now. Anyway, so moving on from that. Into music. New Music Friday. But before that, we have a new versus that has been announced. Following the Fab and Jada battle, we have now, it's been announced. This came out of nowhere. I had no idea this was going to be put on. It's a battle of the dogs. I'm excited for this one. I don't know who wins. Actually, I'm capping. How you feel about it?
I know who wins. It goes by Snoop D-O-double-G. The Snoop Dogg is winning this battle. But I'm excited as hell. DMX was one of my favorite rappers growing up. So like it's gonna be a blowout. Like it's gonna be a blowout that doesn't feel like a blowout. It's gonna be like a blowout where like the team makes a stretch every now and then to get it to like 8 or 9, but you still know the other team is gonna win. That's what it's gonna be like. Like DMX gonna play like Rough Riders anthem. You're like, all right, he got it. This is a banger. And then Snoop gonna play Still Dre or some shit. Like, oh, it's just some shit from '01. I ain't even gonna touch the Chronic yet. I ain't even gonna touch Doggy Style yet. Like, I'll just throw this shit at you. Like, that's what it's really gonna be. But it's gonna be fun, bro. It's 2 animated guys, 2 of the most famous rappers ever. I say Snoop Dogg is the most famous rapper ever in my eyes. I feel like he's just the most popular rapper. Like anywhere you put him, somebody's gonna know him. But yeah, Snoop just has too many songs. I feel like it's hard to be Snoop.
And also, like, for his three, like, unbeatables to me, next episode. Juice. Like all those four, like you're not beating anything out of DMX's catalog. And no disrespect to DMX, but those are just like those, three of those songs are iconic songs that everybody knows.
Like,
you know, it's just simple and plain. Like, and that's where Snoop does have the advantage because he can like pull from that Dr. Dre from the early '90s, mid 2000s, Dr. Dre, along also with Pharrell too. Nothing that Snoop has.
bro, Snoop can play. Honestly, bro, Wild and Free would be a point for me, bro. I'm not even capping, bro. Just that song and what it did in like 2012, that could be a point, bro. Like Snoop's longevity is just different, bro. Like he can play sexual seduction, like drop it like it's hot, bro.
But yeah, like, I think it's gonna be a good battle though, honestly.
But like you said, DMX got culture shaking songs like Rough Riders Anthem, bro. Just when you hear the intro to that song, you like, nigga, somebody's about to get beat up. But like you said, it's gonna get crazy.
I was wondering about that.
I can't really see right
Right, yeah. Wednesday night, looking forward to it. New Music Friday though, so drop the little 2-pack. What's up? We good, bro?
Yeah, bro, this shit was glitching for a minute. Last thing I heard was 2-pack.
So Drake, we went on to New Music Friday, dropped a little 2-pack with DJ Khaled. His summer 2-packs, Grease and Pop Star. It's a Drake and Khaled song that's coming out in the summer. Like, what else do you need? There's 2 summer anthems just in time for the rollout for his album.
Exactly.
Like for like past 5 years, something like that. I felt like.
Yeah, I feel like Drake and Khaled is gonna give you that. Like, you know what? I knew what the song was before I heard it. Like, take it what that means. Pop Star, I like. That's my bop. Like, I could get down to it. Grease, I'm not trying to hear Drake sound like Weekend and 2012 Drake. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. It's a cool song. I'm not gonna listen to it. But as far as Pop Star, it's dope. It's nice little bop. Like Drake is gonna make a song that you're gonna dance to. Like it's Drake. Like nothing much else to say about that. But as far as new Drake music, I'm definitely looking forward to the album. Whenever.
When do you think we get it? Just now that we have this little 2-pack job. How far do you think that is it away?
I could see him giving it to us in October, just to be Drake and give it to us in October. It's OVO, just because when Nothing Was the Same came out, usually Drake drops in the summer, but I think Nothing Was the Same came out in like October.
Something like that. And then it's gonna be another one. I think he drops it late August, mid to late August.
Yeah,
I can see that. Just to wrap out the summer finally.
Yeah.
That's all ultimately gonna happen. So who else dropped? Joey Badass, he's coming back, has not put out music for like 3 years. He dropped a little 3-pack. I really enjoyed it. Production on there was really good. I'm excited just overall for new Joey Badass music, just because he, I think, is one of the most underappreciated artists that's out right now. His last album, All American Badass, was probably one of my favorite. Me as a Joey Badass fan, it's good to see that he's putting out music, and I'm liking what I'm hearing so far off the little 3-pack that he released.
I didn't listen to it yet. I'm gonna check it out because I'm a fan of Joey. Shout out to Joey. I met him like 2 years ago, so just shout out to Joey. He's a cool dude. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, but Joey's dope. Just his vibe is dope. Like just as a person, like he can never release music again. He's just a dope person to just listen to like talk.
Nice, dope. Job like that. I know J.I. Friend's job, but I didn't listen to that.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that yet.
I don't know. I might. Who knows? Anything else you want to talk about, bro?
No, I think that's it for this week. We're gonna have a big episode next week for the little preview.
Yes, sir. All right. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Don't take all that much. And just again, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.